Good morning. How are you doing? I hope you're well. It's Wednesday, so welcome to Wellness Wednesday right here on Your World. My name is Winnie Lubembe, and as per usual, every single Wednesday, we talk about anything and everything wellness. From your health to now, it's become like a common theme here. What you're eating, how you're moving your body, how much of sleep you're getting, okay? And now we've even just moved from what you're eating to the quality of the food. Do you even know where your food comes from, okay? Because in this day and age, and especially in a fast-paced world, we want to make things as easy as possible, as convenient as possible. And that begins from where we're getting our food, how we are getting the same food, and at the same time, how we're making. So the quicker, the better. But is that really good for us? Because now I feel like we've even forgotten what a healthy plate looks like, okay? So that is the topic of the conversation today right here on Your World. And we'll be looking at your plate, your health, how everyday meals can support better health. And we'll be talking about beyond the carbohydrates, vitamins, and proteins, okay? And going deeper into really understanding how much of it do you need, okay? And at the same time, also just drop in a hint of supplements because it has become, I don't want to say trend, okay? But at the same time, it is what we're being told, especially after a certain age. For us women, we're told, make sure you take your supplements, your magnesium, your zinc, your vitamin D and all those things. But do we even know what is in there, what we're taking as far as supplementation is concerned? But not to worry, because we have the perfect people to help us discuss all that in the conversation today right here on Your World on Wellness Wednesday. But before you meet them, we have a question for you, okay? And let's see, the question of the day. What exactly does the question say? Kevo, do we have the question of the day? Okay, so it says, okay, if your grandma had to choose one food she'd insist could cure almost everything, what would it be? And what would it cure? Okay? If your grandma... If your grandma had to choose one food she'd insist could cure almost everything, what would it be and what would it be curing? That is the question that we're asking you this morning on Wellness Wednesday. You know the drill by now at NTV Kenya across all board on our digital platforms as well as on our WhatsApp number. Our WhatsApp number is open, so any concern that you have, any question that you have, feel free to engage us because like I said, the perfect panel is here to discuss all that, okay? I know what my mom would say, but it's not food. I'll tell you as we continue with the conversation. But let me introduce my guest. And as per usual, we start farthest right, okay? She's been here before, but I feel like it's like last year or even the year before. She'll tell us where she's been, okay? Betty Okere, not a new face right here on Your World. And she is a registered clinical nutritionist and diabetes educator. It's so good to see you, Betty.
My pleasure.
Ulienda wapi? What did we do?
I have been around, guys.
Busy.
Winnie is lying. I've just been busy trying to make sure everybody is healthy in this country, but I'm around.
That is very good. You're fixing the nation.
I'm fixing the nation.
It's so good to see
Doing the
you.
Lord's work.
Doing the Lord's work. It's so good. You know, the last time you were here, we were talking about fridge and how we're doing like the fridge
restocks.
Yes. And you said you restock your fridge with like githeri and whatnot. Does that still stand?
Yes, it does.
Still stands.
It does.
Okay. All right. And then next to Betty, we have Dr. Richard Saningo. Again, not a new face right here on Your World, and he is a naturopath joining us this morning for this very important conversation. Good to see you, Doc.
Nice to
Surrounded by beautiful ladies.
Sufficient estrogen.
I was expecting His grace is sufficient, but there, we'll take that too.
I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
Sufficient.
Sufficient. Sufficient is the word of the day today, right here on Your World. Karibu sana, Doc. And now, on my immediate left, I feel like you're too far, but you're okay.
I know, I should
okay.
move closer.
Right? Like, come closer, but it's okay. She's also not a new face right here on Your World. She's been here, and the last time you were here, you were helping us understand juicing.
Yes.
The best practices as far as juicing is concerned, and also not just what you're juicing, but where you're getting it from. But also today you're coming not just for juicing purposes, but also understanding healthy living, better living.
Yes, exactly.
You know, better
Correct.
living. Okay,
Yes.
Vidanya Barasa, and she is the managing director, Top Image Africa, and CEO and founder, Better Living Kenya. Good to see you
You got
today.
it right.
You all
Thank you.
look amazing. You all look lovely. But can we just start with that? And Betty, I'm just going to start with you because again, we've been talking about healthy living, what a healthy plate should look like, and for so long. But at the same time, it's like there's something that we are missing. And now I'm just thinking, so what exactly does a healthy plate look like in today's context where, like I said, we want everything fast and we want the shortest amount of time in the kitchen. But we also want to live healthy. So what exactly does a healthy plate look like in today's context?
Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Winnie. And every time someone asks me that question,
Yeah.
what comes to mind is, what is the truth that you want to hear? Because that's you may be listening to the answer from your own lens.
Yes.
And depending on what your lens is, then you will decide, me who eats githeri every day, I'm the healthiest of them all.
Yes.
Forgetting that maybe you're having 5 kilograms of that githeri on one sitting. And then after that, you can barely breathe.
Yes.
So it all depends on what lens are you looking at it from. Having said that, Hippocrates said, let your food be thy medicine.
And
In the opposite of your food being your medicine will be your food.
okay.
Actually, you'll have a lot of it. And in fact, we will not hesitate to keep answering.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Doc will say there's another way of dealing with it. So if you are looking at your plate to know what is healthy, first of all, you have to ask yourself, what do I want to achieve from what I will eat?
Ooh,
What do I want to achieve from what I'll eat? You cannot be a runner and eat like me, who no longer runs. I used to run, now I don't run anymore. Or you cannot be somebody who's trying to lose weight and you want to eat like somebody who's trying to fix their weight to come up. So it all depends. What do I want to achieve? Who am I?
Okay.
Address that.
Okay.
So that if it is a child, I know they need to grow. They have developmental milestones to meet. They have growth milestones to meet. There are hormones that are being prepared and being created at the different stages of childhood, adolescence, and maybe young adulthood.
Okay.
Then I meet that. If it is a woman in the reproductive age, what are they preparing for?
Okay.
I know most of the times your plate will be, oops, the baby is already here. But if you planned for it, ideally, it shouldn't be an oops moment. It should be, I will have a baby in 2 years.
Yeah.
How is my folic acid? What foods will give me high folic acid? How can I eat it? So that even when we get to the supplementation part of it, when you're working with your gyna, it is supplementing. We are not trying to give you what you don't have in the first place.
Okay.
We are just adding on to what you already have to make sure that it is sufficient. And if it is for the elderly people, for example, and that's a segment of the society that has really been ignored because, again, they live alone, nobody to eat with, and they want a quick fix, and just what is easy to eat and easy to chew and all that. So that's another segment that we have lost. So what are we seeing? Sarcopenic obesity. Your grandmother is big, yes,
I mean,
but if you just took your finger and pushed them, they would fall and roll because the muscle strength is gone, all the proteins are depleted, they look like they're hanging. Then you ask in other communities, how comes people are 90 years and they're well put together, they're firm, they're with it. All right?
Yeah.
So again, what should be on your plate depends on what do you want to achieve, where are you at in life.
I see that. And Doc, just to pick up from there, because again, it's not just what we're eating, it's this daily habits, which again, and we've been talking about it right here on the show constantly, but still, it's important to remind the people, again, just to pick what Betty said, depending on where you are and what you're trying to achieve. What exactly
It's like you
is
read my
healthy?
mind.
Yes.
I was going to go for habits.
Okay.
Today, habitually, we're being captivated by circumstances in which we find ourselves in, whether you are in an urban setting or in a rural setting. There are habits that are, mushrooming from the lifestyle that is happening to you.
Yeah.
And so our habits are governed by your environment. The habit of someone in Lugari, for example, is not the same habits for someone in Lamu, for example, or Madare, Kaungware, and say Sirare. Every environment is influencing you in one way or another.
True.
The foods that you are exposed to are dependent on which environment you are in. And so what you will choose really is dictated by the habits around you. Say, for example, if I am a Mapanga that is always on, trying to fill up people from Rongai, and what I eat is not the same amount, it's not the same stuff that a same young person that is coming from Kileleshwa going to work maybe in Lavington and, exposed to different different ways of earning money and what you're exposed to. So those two young men will eat differently. When you look at them, they're all slim, and like what my friend just said, they have different strengths physically.
Yeah.
But above that, the mental strength also is very different, because what you are gathering from what you eat on a daily basis. I've said here many times, your health tomorrow is invested on today. What you eat today is tomorrow's investment, tomorrow's health. And so the habits that we form in your environment, are you working hard to make sure that you have the best out of your situation? Or do you go with the flow and just, pick up the same habits like everybody else has? And then you have a problem swimming uphill while everybody else is swimming downhill. Which one is yours? Is it going with the majority downhill, or do you want to swim uphill like a salmon?
And you know what? We hear that all the time. We're going with the flow. And also depending on what is trending right now, we all want to go there. But really...
Then the consequences.
And the consequences, right? But also, Bidanya, your journey towards healthy living, it's deeply personal. And it's not just something that you stumbled upon. It had to take a life change or something that really, I don't want to say shook you, but yes, because the last time it did shake you. Because the last time you said at some point you had to ask yourself, why not me?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So can we just go through that journey a little bit before we go on the break? Yeah.
So 15 years ago, I was diagnosed with colon cancer. And during that time, very young, and even the doctors were very shocked. And when I was going through all the tests, that's the thing they didn't think I had. So like I mentioned, I went through chemotherapy after my surgery. And I always remember after I spoke with my oncologist, after I finished my chemotherapy, it was successful. After 1 year to go do a colonoscopy just to check how things are doing, I was okay. And my oncologist says, you're okay, you're healed, bye-bye.
Okay.
And my question was, there's nothing else? You're not telling me what I need to do
different
to
not get there,
to not get colon cancer. You're not telling me what was the reason I got in the first place. So I did a lot of research, and like I mentioned, I keep on saying 95% is genetic, 95% is your lifestyle, like you mentioned, Dr. Your habits. And I knew for sure that yes, the genes might load the gun. But who pulls the trigger? It's the lifestyle. It's what you do every day, the habits, what you eat, what's on your plate. So I had to go learn and see what triggers cancer, what are the foods that can actually increase your cancer risk by 30%, 40%, 20%, and I eliminated them. Or also what I did is I reduced my intake of them, because I keep on saying life is balanced. You need to enjoy your life.
Listen,
you can't be too strict. You can be too strict and you die of being too strict. So I was like, it's about balance. So what I eat, 80% is things that support my body, supports my gut, supports my skin, supports my colon. We're talking about fiber. So there are many things I started doing, and that's juicing was one of them. That is one of the habits I incorporated 15 years ago. Fruits and vegetables. And the difference is amazing. And there have been studies showing that how it can assist in immunity. Because at the end of the day, I was like, my immunity has been compromised.
And you need to bring it.
And I need to bring it
to the level where it's supposed
and the
to be.
issues of stress management. I was in a highly stressed environment at that time, working, enjoying my career. So there's certain basic things. As much as we're looking at our plate, is also what are the external factors that you need to incorporate in your life.
And also just influencing what we decide to put on our plates. Because again, we can't just decide to say, from today henceforth, I am eating unhealthy. There's a lot of factors that will come into to influencing our decisions, and we'll also go through that as we continue with the conversation. But I also want to know from you when we come back from the break how that experience also changed your relationship with food, because there's a lot. There's a lot when it comes to our relationship with food. So let's take a break, pay our bills, and then when we come back, we'll also go through your feedback on the question that we're asking this morning, and that is, if your grandma could swear on one food that would cure something or everything, what would it be and what would it cure? There you have it. If your grandma had to choose one food she would insist could cure almost everything, what would it be and what would it cure? I know it's a loaded question, but let us know at NTV Kenya across all board on our digital platforms, as well as our WhatsApp number, which is open. So stay tuned. See you after the break. Welcome to the show. A whole show happening right here behind the scenes when we're on break. Welcome. Okay, the conversation today, Audio World, it's all about a healthy plate, healthy living. What exactly are we doing when it comes to ensuring that we're living, not just living healthy, but eating healthy at the same time? And what exactly does that look like now in today's context, where there's a lot of conversations around supplementation, there's a whole lot of conversations around how we're preparing our meal and what we should pair with what, and also the whole thing about protein, what is it called, protein shakes. Okay, where now we're all running towards protein shakes because we do not have time to cook. What is happening to us? But we have the perfect people to point us back to the right direction as far as our healthy plate and also the daily habits that influences our health really in general, okay? And the question that we're asking you today is very simple. If your grandma okay, if your grandma could swear on one food, okay, or one meal, if your grandma had to choose rather, one food that she'd insist would cure almost everything, what would it be and what would it cure? So two parts to that question. It's the kind of food and what would it cure? At NTV Kenya across all board is how you can reach us, and also our WhatsApp number. But during break, maybe you're telling us about fermented ugali. We are just out here thinking, there's fermented ugali now.
Yes.
How do you do that? Yeah, like your grandma would swear by it.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's because
Yeah.
she believed, and which now after study and everything,
Yeah.
yes, I agree with her.
Okay.
That would cure your gut.
Okay.
So then you would not have issues with your tummy. Remember, your gut is your second brain. If your tummy is complaining, you will not even get sleep. You will not even be able to talk to your neighbor. You'll be so angry. So yes, you'd swear by the fermented ugali. So she'd just ferment either white or brown ugali,
Yeah.
but wholemeal, of course.
Okay.
And then I think for like 5 days, and she makes ugali out of it. Now here's the thing:
Yeah.
you cannot overeat it.
Oh,
So
okay.
you eat very little and you're satisfied.
Okay.
So what does it save you?
Yeah.
You don't have extra calories that you will save in your body to give you weight.
Yes.
2, you will have all the good bacteria finding a place and a content to create, the good colony in your tummy, so that even when you're sick and the bad bacteria is there, they are overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, we get sick because of what we do to our bodies.
Sure.
In fact, there's a book, I think from the UK, which says, why do we get sick? All right, and when you look at it, it is everything in your environment and then everything that you decide to put into your body.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm curious about how then that fermented ugali is made. Please get the recipe.
It
Send
tastes
to
nice.
us.
Actually,
Yeah.
I need to get that recipe, and my Luya peeps who are listening to me know how to do it.
Right?
Yes,
Please
yes.
send us. Like,
Akina
yeah.
Bidanya know it.
Yeah, I'm really curious to how it tastes, and also
Is
how.
that after sour
There's
taste?
after
Yeah.
sour
But
taste.
it goes after some time.
Okay.
Yes.
Everybody
Okay.
is familiar with the busai as a man.
Yeah.
Yes,
It
it's something
tastes
close
More or
to
less.
I
that.
don't.
Yeah.
I've never tried.
But
I
you don't get drunk. You don't get drunk.
Okay, and also the texture. Like, I'm also curious about the texture.
The texture is just the same.
It's just the same. Okay.
Yes, it's only the taste that is a bit
Sour.
sourish, but very good.
Okay.
And then also, by the way, sometimes we want to believe that when you take sour things, you'll get heartburn. If you overdo, you will get heartburn. However, if you just take the right amount, you'll be okay. In fact, you'll not be needing medication for heartburn.
I see that. Very interesting. Okay. And when you get the recipe said, now my brain is like, I want that. I really want that.
We'll plug
Healthy
you.
ugali.
Right?
We'll
Healthy
plug
They
her.
say ugali is not healthy, but
Yeah.
now you're having it
Healthy
fermented.
ugali,
Us
yes.
Luyas are happy.
The nation is happy. but also again, so how, remember how we're always told, so make sure you have your vitamins, make sure you have your protein, make sure you have your carbohydrates. But then again, there's another school of thought is like, carbohydrates, you can do away with, okay? And then just add in supplementation and all those things. So now everybody's like, now I'm confused. It's like, what do I eat? What do I not eat? And also there's the micro calories, I don't know, what are they called?
Micronutrients.
Micronutrients,
Yes.
and now we're all struggling with the weighing scale. We're weighing, we're like, hey, how many calories am I taking today? The other day I came across a video on how many calories you should have in a day and how that amounts to, I don't know, like 7, 8, 11 eggs in a day. And I'm like, who eats 11 eggs in a day?
People do. But
There are people
Wait.
who do that.
Yeah.
Maybe because they want to bulk up very fast. However,
yeah.
so you're eating your 10 eggs. You're getting your proteins. Are you getting all your vitamin C's, vitamin E's from the eggs?
Okay.
So again, there is a reason why God in his wisdom decided to give us all this.
Yes.
And we should be happy and eat what we already have, so that we're not just sticking to one plan. But back to your point.
Yeah.
So people decide, I am not going to eat this and I will only seclude and eat this. For example, you decide you're not going to eat any carbohydrates whatsoever because you want to lose weight. Losing weight you will, but at the expense of what? For you to metabolize proteins, you'll require some carbohydrates.
Yeah.
The only thing you need to do is to be intelligent about those carbohydrates. Instead of filling your plate, decide just this much because I am not going to fight anybody after this meal.
Okay.
All right, I'm just eating it to use my brain to work on the computer or to talk to people.
Okay.
So you look at what would give me the highest impact on my blood sugar, I eat less of it.
Okay.
What would give me less impact on my blood sugar, I take slightly more of it, and then pair it with my protein. And that goes on to the same issue of if I eat 4 or 5 times a day versus if I eat once a day,
Okay.
will I lose weight? Will I not lose weight? Will I be healthy? Will I not be healthy? If you're able to eat all your micronutrient and macronutrient needs in that one meal, so be it.
Okay.
90% of the times, it's usually very difficult.
First of all, we're like, what are those
Yes,
micronutrients
yes.
and macro?
and that's because when you look at a lot of food on your plate, already your brain feels overwhelmed
Yes.
and it wants to choose what it likes. So you will leave the important things out.
Yeah.
If you want to eat many times, 2 schools of thought. There are people who say if I eat many times, then I feel like I just want to keep eating, so I end up overeating. But there are also those who feel the fact that I know it's little and little and little, I'm able to choose all the varieties at different times and therefore be able to accommodate all that I need.
Okay.
I am, however, against you refusing to eat and then supplementing. You know, supplement is just an English word. Add on to. So if you
What
have
you
nothing,
already
yes,
have.
what are you adding if you
Yes.
have nothing?
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't
Okay.
replace. It's not
Yeah.
a replacement.
replacement.
It's a supplementation.
Supports.
Yes,
Okay. Support what you already have. And I think in the second hour, we'll really go deeper than into understanding supplementary. What do you need? What don't you need? Okay. Because I was watching a video this morning and this guy was like, I mean, he was very big on multivitamins. And he's like, do you really need multivitamins? Okay, because we're all told in the morning, it's very fancy. It's like, yeah, today I took my multivitamin. And he's like, what? Do you even know what you're taking in the name of your multivitamin?
Yes,
We'll focus on that in the second hour. And we also talked about the habits, right? And one of the things that I'd also want us to really dig deeper into understanding the when, at what point are we eating our foods? Some of us, I'll not sit here and pretend that I am very sometimes I find myself eating at 8 p.m. Sometimes I find myself eating at 10 p.m.
Even 11 p.m.
Even 11 p.m. And we're told, hey, and then what time do you go to bed? I'm like, nikishiba tu hivi vizuri. Kwa couch, I am gone. And all those things. So can we talk about this habit? The what time we're eating our food and what we are eating at that time? Yes.
Let me start by saying that there are 3 things I know now in our time.
Okay.
In our bodies are under attack. The immune system,
Okay.
the central nervous system, and the gastrointestinal tract system. Gastrointestinal tract is about food. The central nervous system is about your nerves, your emotions, your, the brain functions.
Yeah.
And the immune system is really askari wa mwili. I mean, your protection, your real soldiers which take care of it.
Yeah.
Now, the habits that we decide to accept in our lives and create, and once you do something 1, 2, 3, 21 times, of course it becomes a habit.
Okay.
The more we cultivate on good habits, they actually have an impact on the very quality of your health. The immune system today is under serious attack.
Yeah.
It's attacked by our workplace, it's attacked by our markets where we buy our foods and drinks and whatever it is. It is attacked by the farmer because the big farmer, if you know what I mean,
Yes.
is already
Yeah.
depositing the unwanted materials or chemicals that end up in our plate, whether you will like it or not. It is that the immune system is under attack by our economic situations, no money in the pocket and the rest of it, and then you get so stressed out, and that affects the way we think and the emotions, and of course now you start producing the bad hormones, the high cortisols, and so you get stressed. So the immune system is under attack in so many ways. The gastrointestinal tract, of course, is attacked by what is in the shelf, the fine print that you are unable to read on the foods and the rest of it. The manufacturer is treacherously, geared to make as much money and put it in his pocket away from you, and make sure that you are dying slowly by all these things. Whether we like it or not, this is what is happening, and so your gut is under attack by even yourself. You become your own enemy because you're not choosing properly what you want to eat, what you want to eat to support your living vessel.
Okay.
And so once we know that, so whatever you will start doing, it becomes imperatively very important for you. Am I attacking my immune system? Am I attacking my central nervous system? Am I attacking my gut?
Okay.
And so therefore, whatever you do, do it for your own benefit. Like, you know that, let me throw in a scripture there. Whatever you do, whether you eat or drink, do it to the glory of God. And so as you continue to live out your life on a daily basis, when you're going shopping in any market, are you buying something that is organic, inorganic, or you don't care?
Bora, don't even know.
And,
bora
so,
iko.
and therefore, it's focusing on you now and your habit of eating at 10 o'clock and
Or 11.
Or 11.
You didn't know this was coming,
We're
did
always
you?
attacked. Always attacked.
So if you're deciding to sleep at 10 o'clock,
With a full stomach.
or 8 o'clock,
Yeah.
or 6 o'clock in the afternoon,
Yeah.
are you doing it to the glory of God, or are you doing it for
To
your
attack.
betterment? If you're doing it at 10 and you don't care,
Yeah.
you are depriving yourself of the good sleep that normally happens.
Yeah.
In science, we know that the hours before midnight, if you happen to, or if you engineer it in such a way that you sleep before midnight, deep sleep, random eye movement is very, very good, then you have sufficient energy and everything, and the vital energy and everything for tomorrow is done properly.
Okay.
When you sleep late and then you just had fermented ugali at 10 o'clock, it is good, and with all the micronutrients that you
is
require
needed, the body
and the
needs.
microbes that you require to make your gut happy, but you're eating it at 10 o'clock and then you go to bed. I am telling you, it is going to be poisonous
Yes.
for you. And by the morning, you wake up so moody.
Yeah.
When Betty calls me, I'm like, "Huyu nani ananipigia
Yeah,
tena?"
that's
And it was the ugali that messed up your your hormonal profile, your dopamine and everything. And,
Yeah.
you know, everything to do with today is going to just be messed up because you slept
the
late
simple things,
and you ate
yes.
so much.
Yeah.
And so all these habits, they contribute
Yeah.
to our very life that particular day. So every day, you are the engineer of how that day is going to be.
Okay.
Every single day.
Yeah.
So when you're having a bad day, don't blame the office messenger.
Mattress ilikuwa ngumu hivi kidogo, you know.
And by
Ulichangia,
the way,
you know?
you need to know you can be in bed, but you're not sleeping.
You're not sleeping.
Ah,
You see?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can be in bed and
Yeah.
not
So,
And you don't sleep.
so
Yeah.
you are really the engineer every day by you gathering the right knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Yes.
And
Yes,
whatever
it is.
habits we form, and when you decide to be a don't care and you just leave unamea tu kama mahindi without knowing exactly what it is that takes to have a good life, and you're just waiting life to happen to you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is not schooling.
Yeah.
You didn't go to school properly.
Yeah.
And forget about these schools that was introduced by the British colony empire in the 1600s and the rest of it.
Yeah.
We had African schools even way before. How we live on a daily basis for every race and every tribe. They knew how to school their children, and by the time you're a lad or you are now a teenager, and you already have values, you have habits that are right, and there are those ones that gathered bad habits, even in that setting, in that traditional schools that we had before, or what the Bible would call the school of the prophets, or whatever it is. In every society in this country, there is schooling from our childhood all the way because of our cultural settings. And so if you do it properly, you'll always find that there are two sets of people. The people who are doing it right and the people who are doing it wrong. Whether you went through a British system or Maasai system or Lubembe system.
And those who are doing it wrong are doing it like completely wrong. Okay, so we are the problem. It's essentially we are the problem. Okay, and we really need to do better, right? But also for you, Bidanya, you're very and when Dr. and Betty mentioned organic, you are very big on organic. So now we have organic markets. We have organic this. But we have no way of verifying whatever they're saying is
Yeah.
organic, is really, is it really organic? So from your perspective, again, so the two questions before we went on a break in terms of how this experience with cancer changed your relationship with food,
Yes.
and also, and then we'll speak a little bit about then organic and why for you organic
Yes.
is the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, my relationship with food totally changed because my question is, what did I ingest that brought about the colon cancer?
Okay.
And we know there are certain foods, I'm going to mention, some will not like it, that
Okay.
do have shown that they increase the cancer rate by 40%, 30%. So we have things like red meat. That is highly one of the things that really, especially where you're getting your meat from.
Yes.
Again, you have to get organic
Yeah.
beef.
Masai beef.
Yes, but are you really getting organic beef? Because with cows, you have the pesticides, you have all those hormones injected.
Yeah.
And then there was an element of processed foods that's highly high risk. We're talking about the sausages, the hams, the bacons.
Yes.
And our kids and our families are eating that like literally every day or every weekend.
Listen, it's the standard,
Yes.
the standard Kenyan breakfast now.
Yes, we're
Food
talking
from
about
bushings.
fried foods.
Yes.
Again, that's
Yeah.
also not very good for your health, for your
Yeah.
gut, because again, your immunity. We're talking about dairy. I know I always get, milk. We're talking about milk. What's in milk? Do you really need milk after 2 years old? Because what's milk for? You don't need milk after 2 years old. The
Okay.
milk was for the baby.
Okay.
Are you seeing a calf drinking
Milk after.
milk from the... Do you ever see that happening after a
No.
certain age? No.
No.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I always get
a bit of
yes,
it.
a bit of that.
Yeah.
But yes, so dairy was out. I didn't take dairy because again, the hormones in dairy, especially we're talking about breast cancer, we're talking about prostate cancer, also colon cancer.
Yeah.
Also, I knew I needed to now take more micronutrients, microvitamins.
Yeah.
So through my fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
I'm juicing them, I'm eating them, they go straight to the system, fasting in the morning.
Yeah.
I also knew hydration, water, very important.
Important. Yes.
And not just the water you drink, it doesn't mean it's hydrating you. So that the salts, you have the Celtic salt, you have certain things you can add into your water so you can get the hydration that
Doc
you
always
deserve.
says good quality water.
Water,
And that's what I
yes.
remember asking.
Because where
There's
you get this
quality.
water?
There's quality.
I know.
For once, at least on set, I have someone who is supporting.
Right?
I am not against you. Actually, remember during the football hydration breaks, and I
Yeah.
kept on telling people,
Yeah.
you wonder why those ones, they play same football, but they score better than ours.
Yeah.
Because at our hydration breaks, we go and drink plain water.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
it's doing
Those
nothing
guys
for
have
your body.
electrolytes in their water
Yeah.
specifically for the person going to drink. You can't
Yeah.
even take Bidanya's bottle and drink
Yeah.
it.
Yes, you
Relax.
can.
Oh my God, I can relax. Yeah.
And then also the sugar. Also, again, all our foods are loaded with sugar.
Yeah.
You're buying things from the shelf, like you're saying, you cannot describe because they have preservatives, they have so many things.
Yeah.
So those are things that I had to reduce on.
Okay.
There's also alcohol, you reduce on that. I take my wine, I take my champagne, like I said, once in a while.
Okay.
I mean,
Balance.
life is about
Balance.
balance,
Life is
and
about
you're
balance.
celebrating.
Balance, yes.
And then, so those are the things I eliminated or reduced and ate more of the white fish. You're talking about fish, you're talking about a bit chicken, which has to be, again, organic. Your eggs have to be organic. So I was very, very careful, and I'm still very careful with what I consume.
Very
And also the
intentional.
mental consumption, also your nervous system, reducing on stress.
Yeah.
And I found that there are certain supplements that can help with that, in
Okay.
terms of supporting
Yeah.
my lifestyle.
Because again, like we said, supplementation is not replacing.
It's not
okay, so we're not
replacing.
replacing. You're supplementing what you already have.
Yeah, it's
and that takes a
supporting.
lot of discipline and intention.
Yes.
Discipline.
Breathe.
And working
Yeah.
out.
And exercise, moving your body.
Very important.
But then you see, and especially with someone who's watching us may think, but that sounds very expensive because And I'm also saying this very, very cautiously, that that is the attitude that is out there, that
Yes.
healthy living equals expensive. And even when, again, you go to this like organic markets and whatnot, the things are not cheap. They're not like your typical nyanyas and tumbogas that you would find next to,
True, yeah.
to your mama mboga. So others will be like, yeah, so then what's the point? What's the tukule iko hivyo? Sipora mwili tumeshiba mwili iko tu sawa, you know, we're okay. So I don't know what all of you would have to say to that in
But
terms
when you
of
fall
making
sick,
it. Yeah.
What
pay
will be cheap?
way more.
Yeah, you pay way much. Yeah.
You know, when you're in that bed, what are you saying? And they always say that you can have everything in the world, but when you fall sick and you're fighting for your health, there's only one thing you wish for.
Yeah.
All the money cannot buy.
Nope.
Yeah.
You know, if you're
Sick.
you're sick,
Yeah.
money can buy health
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So think about that when you seek, and then think about the healthier part, and then see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an intentional investment
Yes.
on your body. The way you're investing for forex and real estate and that can also do like a bit of an investment.
And your nyama
on your
choma
health.
every weekend
Wacha
with some
nikuambie,
beer.
Really, let me
You
tell
know,
you.
you can invest.
You can invest in a healthy
yes.
lifestyle. Then there's some people who probably might be watching us and thinking, yeah, but we have like underlying conditions and think wale watu wa kusema sisi kwetu tunakuanga tu hivi, sisi tunakuanga tu wakubwa, sisi tulikuwa tunapika tu hivi mboga tangu shosho, you know, up until now. Can we just address
And we say ignorance is not
that
bliss, eh?
in a second? Yeah.
And actually the Bible says my people will perish because they don't have
Lack
knowledge.
knowledge.
So if you don't have the
Yes.
knowledge, you will always
Lack of wisdom.
come up with excuses,
Yeah.
but they won't save you. Sometimes we say organic is expensive, and so what are you trying to save? Probably the difference is, and I understand, I am very cognizant of the fact that I live here and I know the economic situation. But sometimes you're trying to save and say, if I buy this one, which is organic, my chicken is going to cost 1,000 bob. But if I buy the inorganic one, the processed one, the broilers, I'm going to spend 700. So you save 300.
Yeah.
And then you eat it for the next 5 years and you land into trouble. So how many 300s will you have saved to afford you a bed in a decent hospital? If you think like that, you will remember, let me buy my kienyeji and probably eat 2-3 pieces of it and be okay. And that 300 which I've used will go a long way to save me in the long run. I will not need that bed.
Okay.
And I'm not saying if you eat healthy, you'll not be sick. That's not it. But there are things you can actually walk out of your house and be knocked down by a car.
That's true.
Which you can't prevent. But the one which you can prevent, please be in charge of it. Then the other thing is to ask yourself, what if I have another condition?
Okay.
It is one thing to have a condition and to feel sad and wishy about it, but it's also the other thing to have a condition and deal with it. And I have the permission of this particular patient, of course I will not name them, to discuss this. So this guy comes in January of this year with very high blood sugar levels. You know the 3 months one? Above 14. So that was February, March, April, May, June, July. 6 months down the line, we are at 5.46.
Oh, okay.
All the medications they are administered at that point, including insulin, all dropped.
Yeah.
His kidneys were also not very good. Now they've relaxed.
Yeah.
We are somewhere very good and we are getting better. His last words to me yesterday, parting shot, he said, if you tell me to eat 10 pieces of ground nuts and somebody adds me an 11th one, I will not take it.
Okay.
Because I know what the 10 have done. Of course, just as an example, I know what the 10 have done to me.
Yeah.
But what has gotten this gentleman here was the discipline to follow through.
Okay.
The discipline to know I have my blood sugar, this is how I have been eating. If I try to make these little changes, if I try to incorporate these exercises and try to ensure that my blood sugar is controlled, I will not need this medication. And they have followed through.
I see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if you have high blood pressure, for example, and sausages are still sweet, you want to eat them 1 kilogram every week. They are very expensive. And then
They
you're
are
the same one
expensive.
complaining that the economy has no money. But you're consistently working so hard to make yourself sick. Then really nothing can help you.
Yeah.
And unless maybe now we just call Jesus himself to come
To
and
come
help
and,
you.
and
or
sit
Mohammed
with
for
you and
that
talk
case.
to you.
Even Jesus won't help.
Won't help you because how do
You
we
have
change
to
how we
help
think?
Jesus. You have to
Yeah.
Lastly, on organic and the right foods to eat.
Yeah.
COVID was a bad thing that happened to us, but it was also the best thing that happened to us. It taught us, doctors, that you can actually see your patient while they're miles away. They don't need to come and queue at your place.
True.
Yeah.
And it will work.
Yeah.
It also taught us that if you don't take care of yourself, when that thing that will knock you down comes and it finds something else in you.
Yeah.
So if you are overweight, you had any other comorbids that you was not controlled, you go.
Okay.
And you go without apologies. And thirdly, it also taught us that we can actually grow our own food. Even those who live in slums and even those who live in balconies and high-rise apartments,
Yes.
you can grow your food.
can grow
If you can grow your flowers in the balcony,
Yeah, beautiful.
your spinach and
Replace them.
skumawiki and managu cannot be your flowers. And we grew our food.
Yeah.
We ensured that kama uko na kuku mbili, you ask your neighbor, and we exchanged.
Yes.
And we ate healthy. And then lo and behold, we are human.
Yeah.
What happened?
Ah,
Soon
COVID-
after COVID,
COVID
went out,
and we
we went back to our old habits. Habits again.
Again.
You are your habits. You are what you do every single day, and they form part of you.
Yeah.
So unless you're willing and intentional about breaking off, it does not matter what technology, what science, what preaching,
Yeah.
what convincing we will do.
What intermittent fasting.
It doesn't matter if you will drink water for 5 days, and when you stop, you say, I've not been eating for 5 days.
Yeah.
So who told you not to eat? So that now after 5 days, you want to gluttonously eat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I see that. You know what you said, that it's still stuck in you, but you're consistently making yourself sick, and we don't know that we're actually doing that in the daily habits and the things that we are consuming. And Dr. always talks about going back to the laws of nature. And he says, let's just go back. Let's just go back. Even tulikuja tukaambiwa when we were introduced, and now everything seems cool. Let's go back. Let's go back to the laws of nature. So going back to the laws of nature, what is it that we 100% absolutely need to have? And I'm looking at Malcock and thinking, okay, maybe we're due for a break. So I think maybe when we come back, then we'll look at what do we need to have? What do we need to completely get rid of? Not reduce, completely get rid of. And what are these new habits that then we need to start forming as soon as now to at least make it an investment for our future health? So we're looking at all that, and also supplements. So if you're watching us where we're on supplements, you're out here saying, yeah, I take my multivitamins in the morning. For the ladies, I take my magnesium. Do you need all of that? We'll come back and talk about it as well after the break. So to stay with us and also go through your feedback on the question of the day. That is, if your grandma would insist that a specific type of food would cure a certain illness, what would it be and what would it cure? We'll also go through your feedback after the break. If your grandma had to choose one food she would insist that could cure almost everything, what would it be and what would it cure? Okay, and I'm curious to hear from Doc and from Bidanja. Fermented ugali. If you also tested fermented ugali, let us know. Okay, it's NTV Kenya. But stay with us. The show is your world. See you after the break. Welcome back to the show. Of course, the conversation continues even during the break, and we're learning from each other as far as the habits. During the first hour, Julie said, habits are very important, okay? And what you do today is tomorrow's investment as far as your health is concerned. But just in case you're tuning in right now, today on the show, the conversation really is on your plate, your health, how everyday meals can support better health. And we're saying it's not just what you eat, it's also what you do. Okay, are you moving your body? Are you sleeping well? Are you managing your stress? Are you consciously making the choice to invest in your body and invest in what you're eating? And also when it comes to supplementation as well, do you even know what we're taking? As we're just taking because we were told that take supplements. Supplements are good for you. Okay. Do we even know what we're taking? So that is what we're talking about today right here on the show. And the question that we're asking today is very simple. And that is, if your grandma had to choose one food she'd insist could cure almost everything, okay? What would it be and what would it be curing? So two parts of that question, the kind of food and what would it be curing, okay? Let's see what you guys have to say on WhatsApp, and this is in relation to the question of the day. So this one says, this is Lenny. I need to lose belly fat and generally be fit. I am a man, 40 years old. What should I do? Kindly note, my work involves sitting from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. or even more. Okay, let's note that question. And then this one says, good morning to you all. Fermented ugali was the way to go those days. Hey. These days, we joke a lot with life. Good conversation. The smile Vidi brings out is also healthy. And she's truly beautiful, Sam. The herbs do good too, Sam. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate it. Okay. This one said, the food my grandmother would recommend is brown ugali and miro. The bitter vegetables among Western Kenya people. That I know. It's very true. Okay. And then this one says, my grandmother would probably choose oil. She puts so much of it into every food. Maybe she thinks it's medicine. Okay, oil. Hey, interesting. Okay. Doc, I'm curious about you. What is that one food that your grandma would swear, this one, if you eat, it will cure almost everything?
Well, my grandma at that time,
Yeah.
she's not there now, but
Oh, rest in peace, yes.
my grandma would choose fermented cow milk or goat milk that time.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, I don't do that. I don't do the fermented milk either. I'm vegan, as you know. My habits have changed a long time ago.
Yeah.
But as we were talking earlier on, fermented foods are very important in various races, various types of people in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
Fermented foods have always been a plus for the human body because then they support the microbiome. In your gut, there are good and bad bacteria, and the good bacteria should always be above the bad bacteria.
Okay.
The more good bacteria you have, the better your microbiome, the flora and fauna, and of course, the whole immune system becomes strengthened, and you're able to fight disease faster and easier.
Okay.
Your hormone balance, your endocrine system, of course, is influenced by also the same. Your central nervous system is influenced by the same. All systems of the body actually are balanced because of your microbiome. Now, when you go off that because of whatever reason, either because of the antibiotics that people get prescribed and over-the-counter microbiotic and NSAIDs drugs, when you kill that, and in another way also, because when you have indulged with the narcotics and the rest of it, or you're abusing certain substances, or you are overeating certain foods, or you are adapting an acidic lifestyle, or you are not sleeping properly. Yes, when you have deficit of sleep, it also affects your microbiome, whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not, rather. And so, therefore, fermented foods are really a plus for humanity. It helps even the functions of your brain.
Okay.
And if you look at the populations of the world that adapt a certain fermented food, whether it's sauerkraut or yogurt or any fermented food, or the ugali, for example, or many other, there's something else also called kombucha, kefir, and so many. There's so many types of introducing the bacteria, the good bacteria, the bacilli and the acidophilus, and so many others. There are quite a number of strains that people can adapt and get them. And today, you also have them in supplementation, for example, either with 12, 10, or 14 strains of those good bacteria in a capsule. Whether or not you get it in the right company or not, but that's a different story. So the more we introduce these bacteria, the healthier we will be, the better we will fight any chronic condition, and of course coupled up together with all the other laws of health that I always talk about. And once you couple that together, you will hardly see a doctor. You will hardly get to be sick. And if you adapt that as a family, for example, and you teach your children and your family members know, I don't do this because of my good health, not because daddy said you must do this, you must do that.
Yeah.
When people understand that, and if you do that collectively, in families, in workplace, in WhatsApp groups and the rest of it, then of course you become a healthier people and a better people to relate together and the rest of it.
Yeah, and someone was asking, still on when we were talking about supplements, fermented ugali, and they were saying, is that good for kids?
Yes.
It is good
good
for
for
a
human
human being. A human being is a
Even
kid a human
better for
being.
kids.
It's better
Even
for
better
them.
for
even.
kids.
Better for them.
Oh wow! Okay.
Once they start early,
Yeah.
they will
It's
have
better.
a better adulthood than you and I because we didn't start early.
Even catching those flus and colds,
Yeah.
You
immunity
forget it.
at a
Yeah.
higher level. You'll be having going through those problems.
There is a question that
Alright.
parents normally
Yeah.
ask, and they say, but now if it's only my child who's eating this,
Yeah.
what will happen to them? If other children were drinking poison, would you also insist yours drinks poison?
No.
It's
Because
just
all
the
of
same
them are
reason,
doing-
because all of them are doing.
No.
So you have to just create these things in the families so that they are so ingrained. Even when a child goes outside, it is in their skin, and they feel so proud about being able to stand out and do the right thing.
I even have parents who are juicing. Their
Yeah.
kids are juicing, and that's
Yeah.
the thing they want instead of the Cokes and Fanta. Sorry, to the
Okay.
companies I should have
So that's
mentioned. Forgive
Yeah.
me, but
Yeah.
because they don't want the sugary drinks anymore. They want something natural. They want something. you
Yeah.
know?
I've heard of someone who said ever since they got kids, they never introduced their children to sugar, and now you try give their kids sugar, they're like, what is that? We don't know, and they will completely refuse. So I think kids are the
It's
best
the habits.
ambassadors.
There is
They
a
have a
4-year-old
healthy
who
living.
came to
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
and the mother said, I wish I was this child because it's a child who got diabetes, but this is a child who was not introduced to sugar, but they still ended up having diabetes. Of course, type 1 has
yeah,
nothing to
type
do with
1,
you
yes.
taking sugar.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is a child who at 4 years old will tell apart yogurt that has sugar and the one that doesn't have, and she loves the taste of the yogurt without sugar.
Yes.
And then there is an adult who can reason, who can read, and knows what the sugar will do, but they won't hear anything about the plain.
Do you know what we do?
It's difficult.
Yeah, and then
Habits.
It tastes bad.
It tastes
It tastes
bad. Fermented milk. We take fermented milk and then we add sugar and we say, "Yes,
I know.
kuja maziwa bala
Yes.
haina sukari." Bad habits. What would your grandma swear by? And what would it cure?
I think grandma, I remember my grandmas, they would go whenever you had either tummy ache or you had a swollen eye, an infected eye, they'll go into the woods and get
That thing.
some herbs and some mushrooms,
Yeah.
and then they mash them up. I don't
Yeah.
know the names
Yeah.
because my grandma is also not alive.
Yeah.
And they would siaga them,
Yeah.
and you either put it on your eye or you put it
Yeah.
underneath your tongue,
Yeah.
or you apply wherever your pain is.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know, but those are the things. It will
Yeah.
be bitter herbs and also bitter vegetables.
Yeah. My mom does that actually. There's something. Doc, I don't know whether you know it.
The yellow
so
flower.
where they call no. They call it sun. So she would get some leaves. I don't know what those leaves are, and akuja zichome tu vizuri, and then the ash.
dry as
Okay. Yes, and then because every time we go home, it's like, well, umelamba tu sun leo. Chukua iko pale kwa kabati. It's nice. So it's bitter at first, and then as it goes, it becomes sweet. It's really fun. It's
Every
nice.
tribe in this country
Yes,
have that.
it's
has
it's
got
really
those
nice.
herbs
Something.
within their
Yeah.
environment.
Even
Yeah.
blues.
Luyas would have different
Yes.
ones, Kalenjins would have different,
Yeah.
Maasai would have Lamu,
Yes.
people would have different ones.
Yeah.
And they are plants that have got universal nutrients that
Yes.
are present, whether you burn them or not, or roast it and
Yeah.
stuff like that, or crush it,
Yeah.
siaga siaga, not the
Yes.
song though.
Yeah. I'm surprised you actually know that song.
Who are we sitting with again?
Look at my fingers.
Okay, all right.
But, hey, that's a different story.
Yeah.
You've got to live with the times.
Yeah.
Every tribe has in this country has got some knowledge that is not necessarily documented
Yes.
and not necessarily approved by science, but it has a lot of science behind
Yes.
it. Only that we need some government one day that
Yeah.
will come up with finding out what is this that we have hidden in our cultures? Is it scientifically viable? Can we adapt it into our lives and make it better?
Yeah.
Because for a very long time we've been beaten down with a Western way of thinking, and we've forgotten all of our science that is
Yes.
actually as relevant
Yes.
as that which is being drummed into our heads from outside.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot of valuable knowledge that is locked up in what you call kienyeji or
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And,
Yeah.
and Big Pharma would want
Absolutely.
to support it because you can grow it behind your backyard.
Yeah.
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 You know, with natural light, with water. So.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, and that's how also some supplements, looking at herbs, you
Yes.
know, what can assist.
Yeah.
Because again, the issue is taking those vegetables whereby they're saying it's bitter, it doesn't taste good. So put it in a supplementation format that is organic.
Yes.
And doesn't have any additives, doesn't have any fillers, doesn't have any dyes.
Yeah.
It's third party certified.
Yeah.
So supplementation has really helped me in that manner because
Yeah.
like I mentioned before, I was like, okay, my immunity has been compromised. I won't be able to get this from the foods of today. Why? Because of the environment, the soils are depleted, there's pollution, there's pesticides, there's herbicides are okay, but there's so many things in our food that doesn't help our body to naturally detoxify.
Yeah.
Because God made us beautiful machines whereby it's able to get rid of
body
toxins in our
knows.
bodies.
Yeah.
It knows. But if you're not sleeping well, you're not eating well, you're taking all the terrible things, your liver, your gut, your skin, your brain, it's not going to do the work that it needs to do. So you supplement to support that
Yeah.
together with habits. You know, you're talking about movement, sleep,
Yeah.
nutrition,
Yes.
you know, hydration, fiber. So that's why supplementation for me
really
has
comes in,
been very helpful for me, and with a lot of research, with a lot of reading.
Yeah.
You spoke about multivitamins, you know.
Yes.
So even through my research, I was very specific on what herbs, what supplements are going to help me in terms of building my immunity.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, yes, like Dr. said, they're our soldiers.
Yeah.
You know, they're the first defense in anything that comes into your body. So my question was, how do I maintain that immunity on a daily basis?
Yeah.
And if it's compromised, what do I need to do? You know, so I keep on saying we brush our teeth every day.
Yeah.
So why can't we choose the right things every day? Why can't you choose the right supplement or the right fiber or doing, you know, movement is important.
Yeah.
Why can't you do it 4 times a day? But you're brushing your teeth every day, you're showering every day.
Yeah. And you do
Certain
not need
things you're
anyone
doing.
to come and speak
And
in your
tell
ear
you,
and be like,
yes.
have
You
you
have not
have you brushed your
brushed your
teeth?
teeth.
No.
Na hiyo sabuni unatumia kila siku, but you don't want to spend on something you're
Right?
ingesting
Yeah.
that's going to assist you for years to come. It will assist your family. It's going to help you in terms of achieving your dreams in this life.
Yeah.
So your health, honestly, it's your number one ammunition for anything in
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
You know, a
yeah.
healthy person, you'll be able to do so much for the nation, for your family, for yourself.
Yeah. And we talk a lot about building the nation and
Yeah.
building everything else, but then who's going to build it if we're all
If-
sick and
yes.
sickly and whatnot?
And
you-
cancer is affecting young
It
kids
is,
as we
yeah.
talk, you know, and
yeah.
because of our lifestyle and our nutrition.
Yeah. Okay. And you founded Better Living, and we'll come and talk a little bit about the why, because right, because there's a whole story behind it. But there was also a question here on the want to lose belly fat. Na akasema kazi ni kuketi from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and sometimes even longer. What can they do?
I like the specificity of that question. I want to lose belly fat. You're even choosing which fat you want to lose.
There's fat that he doesn't want to
There's
lose.
one that you don't want to lose, and usually one that you can't even see. By the time that belly fat is there, how is your liver looking? You probably have a fatty liver, which
Okay.
you're not seeing and you're not ready to lose. So for that person, and thank God they're courageous enough to ask the question.
Yeah.
And describing lifestyle.
And describing, just come to the expert, sit down.
Yes.
Let's see where it is that you slipped and went wrong. Let's try to fix them one by one.
Yes.
Knowing fully aware that that job is not going away, that job is what you need.
Yeah.
And then the other question, because they said they want to lose the belly fat and also they work 7 to 7.
Yeah.
And I'm just asking, before 7 and after 7, what are they doing?
What's happening?
Because it's not like they don't really have time.
right?
They have time.
Yeah.
They have just chosen what to do with their time.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So choices have
Yeah.
consequences,
Consequences,
and we
yes.
must learn good habits to put us in the right place. And lastly, we can't choose where to lose the fat. we have to make sure that all the unnecessary fat goes.
Sasa as ladies you go to the gym and then we tell
visible
instructor,
and the invisible.
ugaga hii
Visible and
mafuta iko
invisible.
hapa tunataka kutoa.
You can
Because
spot
you-
it.
Usually
can
the
see that.
invisible fats
Is
are the
worse.
ones that kill you fast.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
the visceral fat.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know?
right?
Yeah. That's a
the
big
ones that
thing.
we don't see.
That
are
which
the
you
ones
don't
like-
see is the one which will kill you.
Okay.
So it's a good step, the courage to ask, but please, can you then work with a professional to
Yes.
ensure that what brought you to that belly fat is actually taken
Yeah.
away, so
Yeah.
that you create good habits that are sustainable through life. And right now, the discussion, and I wouldn't want to open that Pandora's box, the discussion is, you know what, you can melt away your fat, fine.
Yeah.
There are medications to do that, but how sustainable is that?
not sustainable.
What else are you losing in the process?
Yeah.
Are you doing it under supervision, or you're just waking up and deciding, I have a spa owner
Yeah.
who is bringing it from the UK and
Yeah,
can
yeah.
give me. Yeah, then 1 year down the line, you have no muscles, you're sarcopenic, you're walking, your
Yeah.
bones are
You're
gone,
constipated.
you're constipated,
Yeah.
you can't eat anything, you have no appetite, you can't absorb anything, you're in malabsorption. So choices have
consequences.
Yes.
And I'm happy that you mentioned that, because again, that's the thing. We see that happen right now, and then we see our favorite influencers. Yesterday they were like this, today they are like this, and all of us now want to be like
You're
that.
playing God, eh?
You know, and someone actually mentioned on social media, say, I mean, you might say them, they lie to you. Oh, I have been working out, and we know you've
We
not
know.
been working
Yes.
out. So it's about. You talked
then the
about
gym.
that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you talked about it, like what
Yeah.
you consume as well, in terms of even on social media, in the digital places. It also has an influence on the decisions that you would make in terms of your health and the foods that you consume, and whether to move your body or not. But so supplements in itself, we've all agreed that supplements are meant to add on to what you already have,
yes.
okay? And not to replace anything. So Doc, what are the hits and what are we missing? Or what is that thing that we're not understanding as far as supplementation is concerned? And do we all need supplements in the first place?
That's $1 million question.
Yeah.
Or is it $1 million shillings?
Dollar.
Talking dollars
Dollar.
Okay.
and pounds.
You know?
Supplementation, if you go back to the English language, supplementing means adding to something that you already have. So let me go back to what you already have and how did you get it in the first place, so that is it not sufficient, so that means then I will bring something to add on. Now remember, since we started the show, we've been talking about consumerism and now what we're consuming through the mouth, what you drink. But we forgot one spanner place where we also consume through the skin. We also consume by breathing.
Okay.
Yes.
So are you getting the right thing by breathing or the wrong thing by breathing? What is the quality of your air?
Okay.
Is it positively charged, negatively charged? Does it play a part in your nutrition? You know, the quality of your oxygen.
Yeah.
All right, the skin, what you're applying onto your skin by way of either lotion, soap, mafuta, hydrocarbons, petroleums, and the rest of it. Is it healthy stuff? How often do you apply it? Onto your lips. What are you applying to your lips, which are the most sensitive part of your body? Absorption rate on the lip area is probably over 100 times than the rest of the
body.
And some of these things that you are applying, you're not ingesting, but they go straight into your bloodstream through your lips by what you're applying. And some of that stuff that you're putting in there have got prohibitive things that I don't want to
lipstick.
mention over here, which can be hormone,
Vidya, now you were trying to...
I don't want to go that direction.
I know. I'm busy whispering. Yes.
Wait. And so we consume in so many ways. We consume also by what water you are showering with. People don't think that you're absorbing a lot of chlorine from your hot water that you're showering with that has been heated, and now your pores are becoming larger. They're opening because of the temperature of your water, and you absorb this chlorine and many other chemicals that have been put by your loving local government, and of course they end up in your pancreas, in your liver, and your other organs, and they contribute to your chronic condition, which you take to your doctor, and it doesn't tell you anything about that or where it came from. And of course, prescriptions start over there, from there. But the cause is still there, and it's not been removed because nobody is mentioning. There is a way we also consume heavy metals by your cooking utensils. The aluminum, or is it aluminium, depending on the group of schools.
It's
Polling station.
Where you love, is it?
It's true. Yeah.
The heavy metals by your tinned food, by your fungicides and toxins, the rest of it. So we consume by what we apply on the skin, on your armpits, and what we, for the ladies, what we insert there or what you place there, and you actually absorb, and it eats. Your body eats in many ways. Okay, and so therefore, all these things play a role in your overall health. And so nutrition is not just about what you're eating with your mouth. You can be eating with so many other areas of your body. It is being absorbed and deposited, and you stack it in various parts of your organs and eventually cause a big named disease, which is unpronounceable by the Tom, Dick and Harry, but it should be pronounced by your expert and starts doing the necessary things. But you did not go back to where you found it. Now, coming back to your question, supplementation. First of all, if we placed ourselves in a situation whereby you are consuming a balanced diet, a balanced diet would be comprising of meals that you've had in a 24-hour, and I like the way she put it. Is it a 2-meal day thing, or do you do 1 meal a day, or do you do several meals a day? Depending on your school of thought and where you're coming from and who is advising you. Whatever you're eating, how much is your body unpacking? Because you can eat and it goes through and comes out, it's not been touched. Depending on how healthy your gut is and how much enzymes are you able to produce at a particular time, and have you disturbed that digestive system by bringing in another meal and then stops the previous digestive system, and then all that, it becomes a pile and nothing is being sorted out. So absorption becomes a problem and assimilation becomes a problem. You see, there is absorption and there is assimilation. One happens at the cell level and the other one happens at the gut level through your villi, which is the small little organs that actually absorb and put into the bloodstream, and then the bloodstream now transports it into the various cell groupings in your body to be assimilated. Now, if you are having a variety of foods that are organic or that are good, that are absorbable, and you can assimilate, then very seldom do you need supplements. But if you're living in a certain situation, an urban lifestyle, through a rat race, through a situation where you're not getting these substances, and you have to get the missing links, that I always say, missing links, and you are deficient, and that deficiency leads you into an immune system that is compromised, and therefore you end up not having a good defense system, and then you fall into a disease called ABCD, arthritis, cancer, diabetes, blood pressure, the list goes on. Then you may have to be forced to find you some good supplement. If you go into supplementation, I don't want to use some words that have been used by some politicians in the last 1 week. You know, the animals God made animals and they look beautiful. But are you, you may get into a point where you fall prey to manufacturers that are manufacturing supplements and they have nothing. It's just ash, but glorified descriptions. And of course you take them thinking you've taken a good supplement. So choosing your supplement again is good, and that's why you need to go and see a good,
Specialist, yeah.
reputable practitioner that is knowledgeable, that they will tell you he ni mbaya.
And he's
Usichukue
not
ile.
greedy.
And he's not greedy, and he's not been sent so that he gets their cut behind the counters.
Yeah.
Atakwambia hii ni mzuri, hii kampuni ni mzuri, lakini hii ni expensive. Nakwambia cheap is expensive, and expensive is cheap.
That too. Yeah.
So supplementation used to be good, and it was wakora hawako wameingilia, but now there are so many wakoras
Yeah.
who are supplementing,
Yeah.
who are making supplements world over. It's not just Kenyan.
Ungangano,
Yes.
And you will
Ungangano, yes.
find them
Fillers.
in Europe, you will find them in Americas, you will find them in China, you will find them in Kenya, in Africa, everywhere.
Yeah.
And the good ones are also in the same all these regions.
Yeah.
So
then
for
how
you
do
now
you-
to realize that
Yeah.
this one is a good one, it takes experience. It
Yeah.
takes usage. People have used and they've said enyewe hii
Inafanya.
ni vitamin C ya
Yeah.
kweli.
Ya ukweli.
Hii ni zinc ya ukweli. Hii ni iodine ya ukweli. Otherwise, then we are in a jungle where God for us all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So supplementation is not bad.
Yeah.
What is bad is what supplement are you buying, and why are you supplementing? Is it because your primary
Your friend.
food, your primary food was not adequately as having the required nutrients, macro and micro. You know,
Yeah.
the big and small,
Yeah.
the tiny, what you need part per million, and the ones you need in milligrams. Was it not done properly? So that is where you want to start from.
Yeah.
Start from
Understand. Yeah.
that diet plan that gives you everything. God help you that you're in an environment where you can get
You
it.
can find it.
And so therefore, if you're in an environment and a profession that you cannot get it, then you will be given a good supplementation regime
Yeah.
that can bring you back to where you're required so that you can lead a healthful
healthier life.
lifestyle.
And Winnie,
Yes.
just as a rejoinder, we need to appreciate the fact that we are still in a country or a region of the world where we still have all this in plenty.
That's
While they are
true.
there, can we
That's
try and
true.
enjoy them
Yes.
and use them? There are people who would pay with their life outside of this region
Yes.
to get what,
get
we,
what we
have.
have.
But
That's
look
true.
at us.
Yeah.
We are quickly running to that lifestyle
Yes.
and forgetting what we have until we
Yeah.
lose it.
Yeah,
Yes.
I say that. And also for you as well, Bidani, because like I said, you had to do a lot of research and through your experience as well, there are things that worked for you, things did not work for you, and you're like, you know what, yeah, maybe supplements are the way to go.
Yes.
Can we hear that? I don't know whether we're due for a break, Kevin. I don't think so, but yes.
Yeah, I mean, so during that time, I mean, I was still eating. I would say my food habit before I got cancer wasn't terrible.
Okay.
Yes, I would have my sausages and bacon actually every week. Like that was my weekend treat.
Okay.
I didn't like the canteen food at my workplace, so I would eat the food and take it with soft drink that was sugar. But I think the other thing is I was too highly I was in a high stress environment, so I wasn't really taking care of myself, and
yeah.
even my working out. I used to be very active, and then I would leave the place at 8 p.m. By the time I get to the gym, it's too late. I don't feel like working out, so that
Yeah.
would go down.
Yeah.
So I feel like some of those habits did bring about my colon cancer
Yeah.
with the 5% genetic makeup.
Okay.
So, and then, like I said, after my chemotherapy, which after every 3 sessions, I had to take antibiotics because I would now get an infection.
Okay.
So those were 12 sessions of antibiotics every 3 weeks. So you can imagine my gut, right?
Yeah.
And then chemotherapy also, it's something that it's really poison to your body. So it affects your kidney, your liver, your skin, your hair, everything.
Everything, yeah.
And so my question is, I need to really assist my body, and just taking the normal food is not going to accelerate the process.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even
'Cause
taking
there's
the
already a
normal
compromise,
food,
yes.
I'm already compromised. And also taking the normal food,
Yeah.
how sure am I it has the micronutrients and that I need, the enzymes, because the soils are depleted. I don't know where they're getting the food from. Because even the copper, the zinc, the magnesium, the selenium, which is amazing when you talk about anti-cancer, how much of it am I getting from my food? So it means how many of this, is it sweet potatoes, do I have to eat in order to get that selenium that I need for my body to be in its best optimal function? So I went to supplementation because you get it in a higher dose. And you get it in also a clean, because it's caps. I decided to take capsules, not powder. At times I'll do powder. But I read about all the supplements that can assist with increasing my immunity. In healing my gut, because the gut was big. In also, and the minute you heal your gut, you're healing your skin, you're healing your hair. As women. And then also the ones that also assist with fiber, because I knew also I needed fiber. Remember, what you take in also needs to come out. Doctor, they say that you need to poo 3 times a day, but I thought those are babies. I don't know whether we can still adults. Because as you become an adult, honestly, things change. No, Sam, that is crazy. That's a problem. But they say as we become adults, because our body is being compromised with so many things, we're not able to poo like a child. Because a child, the minute you give them something, within 2 hours, it's out. That's how the body should be efficiently. So I had to learn and study a lot of this and know what supplements can I take. And I've been taking them for the last 15 years. Supporting my gut, supporting my immunity, things that I take every morning that I know it's going to up my immunity. It will give me the energy. The minute you up your immunity, you see your energy also changing. Things that also help with my nervous system to calm me, because I work in a marketing environment. It's highly stressful. You want to wake up and kill so many people. So, I need something, and the things like mushrooms, which are known as, what are they called? There's adaptogens. They help you to adapt. So I took things like, it's called Ganodama. It's shown to help you adapt to stress levels. During my chemotherapy, I took Ganodama spores. It's a mushroom it's been used ancient of times. Because I was like, I'm taking poison into my body. I need to protect my organs. So I used to take Ganodama because it was an adaptogen to protect me from all these things. So those are things I've been taking every day through the research, through studies. And like you said, there's scientific knowledge and support, but it's not going to be pushed by big pharma because it's herbs. We're talking about natural herbs that people have been taking for centuries. We also have them here in Kenya, within the forest, the mushrooms, which are known to be very effective, although you can't take it when you're under some medications. Also, you have to be very careful when you're supplementing. What medication are you on? Because you don't want them interacting. So that's also very important to note. And so I just made sure the supplements I'm taking are organic. I can see the difference. I can feel the difference. Because if you're taking a supplement for a period of two months and you're not seeing a difference, then you should be questioning.
Maybe you're taking ash. About ungangado, the one that you were talking about, right?
Because it's a supplement, like we said, to support your body. It's something that has to be done consistently. It's not like medicine where you're taking Panadol and you can feel the effect within an hour. So again, it's something you have to keep on dosing. But you have to just make sure it's from the correct company. It's third-party certified, because like we said, even in the US, you have supplements that have been put ungangano. Because that's not going to affect your body. Imekwa ata unga ya ugali, so the fillers, the dyes. So you also have to be very careful what supplements you're taking.
And then most of the time, like, we're not even open to see what is in there. As we just
take it,
and we're good to go. But at the same time, it's what your body needed. But Betsy, look at us, because especially as women, we're told, supplement for hair, nails, skin. We're like, sign me up. Me, I want.
I've seen supplements for hair.
That
I'm taking.
I know, right?
I mean, honestly, this is my natural
hair.
Transformation.
See, me, I see that now I want. And then there's magnesium, and then there's the zinc, and then now menopause. Okay, and perimenopause. And then we're like, take supplements, it will help.
Because we are a society that loves quick fixes. We have knee-jerk reactions. And as Bidanya says, if everybody keeps saying, you know, African hair can't grow, I flaunt my locks because yes, they're my hair.
Your locks are beautiful.
Yes,
Long.
thank you.
Yeah.
Because it is just what you put into your body. You can't expect that you will not sleep, you will not exercise, you will not eat well, you will piga sherehe the entire weekend,
But you want long hair.
but you want long hair.
And
then
great skin.
And great
Great
skin,
skin,
because you want to put the most expensive foundation.
Yeah.
You will put all that, but we will see under that foundation that there's a problem.
Yes.
Secondly, when it comes to women, we do everything else for everyone except us.
Yes.
And that is something that is really ailing women. Which it's a good thing, but also it's a manipulative strategy that we've perpetuated for so long.
Do everything for others.
No, men are nice. They do for themselves first, then what is remaining will be shared. That's a story for another day. Please call us again for this session.
On Wellness Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, we'll have this conversation.
Boy child is being...
I know hammered all the time.
And I started by saying there's so much estrogen.
I know, by the way.
So anyway, so women are known to do things for everyone else apart from themselves. They will feed the children very well, healthy, balanced meals.
Yes.
But when it comes to them,
Yeah.
they will not do that for themselves.
Yeah.
They'll make sure everybody is tucked in bed very well, the husband has slept.
Yeah.
When it comes to them, they are trying to ensure that, some do, some. I qualify. And then what happens now, they take the time off to do everything else for everyone. And that even goes to the office.
Yeah.
Your male colleagues will easily get away with everything. And I was listening to someone yesterday and they said, this Baba tells a person, you know what, I have a very dumb child. Let them come and you will see what they'll do. And they show a $1 bill and $5 bill. And the boy takes the $1 bill. And someone else asks the boy when he goes to buy ice cream, why did you take the one and leave the 5?
Yeah.
He says, it's because if I take the 5, the game stops. So women go to the office and they want to take the $5 bill.
Yeah.
It's given once. Then you end up doing the work for everybody
But-
instead of just taking the one and
Yeah.
being around.
Yeah.
Not to outshine the master.
I see.
So as we are doing this as women, we wake up one day and then we realize, oh my God, I am 40, menopause, and now we are in a crisis.
Yeah.
When you deliver a girl child, please, as you're teaching them about menstruation, you're teaching them about how to clean themselves and hygiene, please teach them that they'll get to menopause.
At some point.
Whether or not they will do hysterectomy and they have no uterus, they will get to menopause.
Yeah.
So it is a part of life.
Yeah.
Now, what you did not do in your teenage years, what you did not do growing up because you said, Ujana ni moshi, Nico, you know, I'm young. Why do you want me to eat sweet potatoes? After all, I'm a young person. You want to make me old.
Yeah.
You will pay for them. So you will not wake up at 40 and want to have a whole box of supplementation to correct the mistakes of the past.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You might do something about it,
Yeah.
but you will not correct them. So the message to all of us, girls or otherwise,
Yeah.
men and women, start with your children.
Early.
Even preconception,
Yes.
plan for the child, get pregnant,
Yes.
plan for the pregnancy, deliver, plan for the child, the toddler, the
Yes.
adolescent,
Yeah.
and when they become adults, it is part of their system.
Because even men have menopause. It's
Yes,
called
andropause. Yes.
It's not menopause.
But not
It's
andropause. I meant
andropause.
yes.
Oh.
Yeah, andropause. Forgive me.
Andropause.
I stand corrected.
They start wanting to fix, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
the belly is not going. But they're
Yes.
forgetting that 10 years prior to them now noticing that the belly is not going,
Yeah.
they were the sherehe kings.
Right?
Every
And
weekend.
so
And
every
when you
week,
told them to stop, certain
stop, they're
habits,
like, no.
that times, yeah.
we are young.
Life is
we're
too
young.
short.
Life is
We
so
are
short.
enjoying life.
Tutalala mbinguni.
Yes.
Friday unatoka na charger na sweater.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Monday
You'll get to
utapata
that-
mahali
you'll get to
unapata.
that heaven very
Yes.
tired.
Yeah.
Very, very tired. You'll not even be
You
able
will
to
get
see
to the
it.
heaven, but you will
If you make it.
and you'll be very tired. Let's see what you guys have to say on the feedback. You wanted to say something?
Yeah,
Yes.
there's-
Okay.
I was speaking to a foreigner, and they're like, "Hey, you Kenyans can drink, both women and men." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Really?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "Huh? Is that what we've been?"
Right?
I know, yeah.
It's like we're out
We
here
have a
as
new- we have a
Elizabeth
new
In the
Like
office, you still come. You're there at 8 a.m. That they're still. She's like, she could not go even to the office.
Yeah.
But the Kenyans are there. They're still in the office. And they're working, functional.
They are on an
you know?
overdrive.
We need
Yes,
help.
overdrive.
You see, we absolutely need help as a people. Habits. habits. There's some habits that we should not be proud of. That is definitely
I know, a
one
name
of those
for-
habits, right?
Yeah.
That we know we're supposed to be.
But we're already there.
But let's see what you guys have to say on WhatsApp on the question of the day. And that is, if your grandmother had to choose one food that she could insist would cure something, what would it be and what would it cure? So this one says, my grandmother would probably choose oil. I think we went through this. Okay, this one says, I struggle with sleep. I don't really sleep that well. And there are foods that can help with sleep. Okay. This one says, we have so many people selling organic products online nowadays in powder form, and especially for weight loss, tummy trimming, weight gain, memory booster, and so many others. How legit are these products, or are people taking products that are not even fit for human consumption? Okay, and then this one says, hi, please talk about child allergies on fish, milk, eggs below the age of 5, and also talk about greens, kienyeji versus salads, cucumbers, radish, etc. Okay. And then this one says, fermented milk does a lot to the body. We Kisses and Luyas indulge in it. It is just discipline and loving self. That is why we tend to live long. Of course, with God's blessing. Eating organically, as Daktari is saying, is saving for future eventualities. Kindly preach this gospel so that people can understand. Uy, bado ni sam. Alafu wanasema, things like Ganodaba, spirulina, morinzi, I think. Supplements are not bad, but be prepared to tear your pocket. Natural mushroom is great. Okay. Hiya. There are several questions about allergies and yeah.
By the way, the allergies, okay, yeah, there's allergies in under 5, but there are also allergies that we develop as adults as a result of dysbiosis, because your gut is not functioning.
Okay.
So all of a sudden, what you used to eat, you can't eat. Because your body is just crying out for help. So if you get it in adulthood, then check out that.
Okay.
Now in children, remember, I am for planned pregnancy and planned childhood and everything.
All right.
Because sometimes what you consume as the mother is what the child picks, and then they are unable to deal with it later on in life.
Yeah.
When I was in school, I remember we were being taught that when you start winning, you know, you have to give only one food, others you wait until 1 year and whatever. That science has since changed. So when we are winning, we'll give you for 2 days just to see what happens, what reaction you have, but we want to expose you to as many things as possible so that you have this immune that can fight for itself and know what to detect as a problem or not. Because usually in allergies, it's just your body overreacting to a certain protein and thinking it is an enemy that needs to be fought.
Okay.
So sometimes unless it is a catastrophic and can cause death, depending on the degree, keep giving, of course in small amounts, and see the reaction.
Okay.
Over time, most children are able to overcome that. If maybe you're not very sure to what extent, you can also check with an allergy specialist just to give you the allergy test and see what degree to what extent and how much, and then you spread your wings across.
Okay.
There is also a confusion between allergies and intolerances. You can love githeri so much, but when you overdo it and then you have bloating, because maybe the phenylalanine was now too much in your tummy, do you call that allergy or an intolerance? It is an intolerance, right?
Yes.
So sometimes it's just how we overdo things, or you haven't slept and so your body has not rested, and then you ate at midnight, Team Winnie, ate at midnight, didn't sleep, and then the next day you still add on large fat, large sugar amounts of food.
Okay.
Your body will react, and sometimes it reacts through an allergic reaction, or through an intolerance of something. And then about fermented milk. Of course, the natural bacteria that grows in there would be able to help your gut. But if you still have issues with lactose, for example, even kefir may not work for you, because then the amount of milk still in kefir is slightly higher than what you'd find probably in yogurt or the mala itself.
Okay.
So again, it is not my chama is doing, my women's group in church is doing. And you know, women also, we sell fear to each other.
Let me tell you, we influence
each other. I wish we were influencing each other the right way.
Yes,
Because when he's taking, is that why your skin is good? Even me, I'm going to take. But your skin is because you're not sleeping.
Or you're taking the milk.
Or you're taking the milk. Yeah, you're showering with 1 liter of milk, literally.
Yeah.
Calcium. Tuliambiwa calcium.
Yeah, why don't you eat some cabbage, some
Calcium you can
omena,
get
some
even from
nuts,
papayas,
some
yes.
chia seeds? You still get calcium.
You still get calcium.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Habits.
Chama is
Again.
life.
Chama is like
We love them.
It is, we love them, yes, but let's
Yeah.
influence each other, right? In fact, I am waiting for a day where,
Yeah.
in those chama meetings, apart from gossiping, we will, my chamas are online, so there's no opportunity to gossip. We will actually say,
Yeah.
next round in this chama, we are
Yeah.
calling Doc,
Yes.
and to learn about the natural things. In the next one, we are going to call somebody who is a culinary expert to help us know how to make our food.
Yes.
Because people also say they don't eat because food doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
Okay, who is supposed to make this food taste good? We've been accused around the region that we have the most boring cuisine that ever, if we have a cuisine anyway.
in the first place.
We don't. We just eat to fill our tummies.
We have ugali,
and that's it.
engoho, esuga.
We are very
but we see- but
superficial.
we are running
Yes,
away
we don't
from
have
those.
any-
You know,
we don't have
because
dress.
later-
We
don't
have
have
nothing.
a national dress. We don't have a cuisine. We don't have character.
We drink
just,
too much.
We just drink too much. No,
Ooh,
we are good.
we need to do better.
Yeah.
No, we are hardworking.
We are hardworking.
Oh, that
We're
goes
very
for us. We're
resilient.
hardworking.
Yes.
So then,
I
how
think
about
the word is resilient?
Yeah, we're very resilient. But let's be resilient even in terms of what we're eating and the
Yes.
daily habits and what. I think there was another question. I really can't remember what
About Devon was all this herbal stuff they take, the
Yes,
powders,
yes.
are they legit? Honestly, you just have to do a lot of research in terms of
yes.
making sure that company is reputable. Make sure it's organic, because there's no use supplementing on something that's not organic. Already our bodies are so exposed to so many toxins, you don't want to be adding more into your body. So just make sure, and then also when you're taking it, how is your body tolerating? What are the side effects?
Yeah.
Because be careful, and also the powders can be very irritating to your gut, so also be selective on that, and it might not be assimilated to the point that it needs to be. So it's by one-on-one cases, but just read about the company, make sure if it's
know what you're
organic, ask for the
consuming.
certification,
Yeah.
because it has to have the certification, and the best thing is also get a supplement company that is third-party certified. Meaning
Okay.
it's gone into a separate entity where they've researched on it to make sure there are no heavy metals, there are no additives, there are no dyes, I keep on saying fillers. So make sure that it is, because
Yeah.
you're taking something in your body, so
Yeah.
be careful what you
Yeah, most of the time to do your due diligence. It does not apply when you're going to buy shamba, peke yake,
Yes,
you interview all these
exactly.
people. Also when it comes to the things that you are consuming, supplements
Yes.
being one of them, and even just the foods that we're taking. So say someone is watching us and said, maybe I did the damage, okay? Na mahali niko, it is not good, and I want to do better. Are there places that they can start?
Oh,
Either
there's hope.
food, either
Yes, there
habits,
is hope.
either,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
What are
Yeah.
those things that they can do starting now, starting today, to at least help?
We have a living testimony.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
The Bible says
God.
we are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yes.
The human body is able to reconstruct, to re-energize. It's able to reinvent situations. We are able to bounce back.
Yeah.
I've seen so many lives bounce back from a death sentence. You've been told you have 2 weeks to live, and they overcome. The first defense line to overcome is that the body knows how to detoxify. The human body, men have 5 detoxifying or excretory organs. Women have 6 excretory organs. And if you activate all of them in a way that you are able to remove all these toxins embedded in organs, all these toxins that we get in the so-called good foods or good supplements and everything, or the air, the bad air, and you re-energize your systems to excrete, the more you sweep out and you're replenishing the right things in the body, organs will reconstruct, organs will rebuild. A long time science told us if you lose amount of brain cells, you don't get them back again, you're permanently damaged. That's not true. there's no part of the body that cannot
Can't regenerate.
regenerate
Okay.
again.
Yeah.
And so detoxing and the right way of detoxing, and there are various ways of detoxing, and various certain substances can be removed in a certain way. Not
Yeah.
there's no
One way.
one
detoxing.
way fits all.
Yeah.
How you remove heavy metals is not the same way you remove, say, sludge that is stuck up in your 50,000 ducts in your liver. There's a way you detoxify the liver. There's a way you detoxify the lungs. There's a way you detoxify general musculoskeletal system.
Yeah.
There's a way you detoxify heavy substances that have been suckling up your sheath of the central nervous system, all the nervous things, because
Yeah.
now we're having strange diseases coming into our lives in this country that pertain to the central nervous system.
Okay.
Diseases that you would have only seen in the Western world. They're here now.
Yeah.
So once you get across so many people out there who tells you hii ni detox itatoa kila kitu kwa mwili yako, be wary.
Be very careful.
Be very careful.
Okay.
See a professional. See
Yeah.
a person that you know for sure they've been able to do detoxing, and to remove all these deterring things that are hampering systems in your body to function well.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter what disease it is, you're able to come back to normality if you do it right.
I see that. Betsy, in like 30 seconds.
And I don't even want people to think far.
Yeah.
Just look at yourself, call yourself for a meeting, and see what is it that I've been doing wrong.
Yeah.
Pick a habit or two every 3 weeks.
Okay.
Practice it religiously.
Yes.
As if your life depended on it, because it does.
Yeah.
Eventually it will pay off.
I see that. Thanks. All right. Vidanya as well.
For me,
Habits.
the basics.
Yes.
That's good nutrition, sleep, good sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, restful sleep, movement.
Yes.
Find some form of exercise, because it's shown even the reduction of so many diseases, even with cancer, 40% reduction rate
Yeah.
when you're active.
Yeah.
So it can be walking, it can be swimming, it can be the gym, but just be active is critical.
body. Yeah.
Focus on your nervous system. That's your stress. Reduce on that. Find ways to do that. Yes, you can have supplements that assist, even supplements that assist with sleep. I know someone had asked. Do that. So be intentional
Yeah.
in really focusing on those 5 habits.
Yeah.
And then I believe, look at me. Yes.
I
like
mean,
Dr.
right?
Yes.
The said she's a living testimony,
By the
ladies and
glory of
gentlemen.
God also,
yeah.
you know, I
yeah.
also, God was also a big part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah.
it's possible.
It
It's
is possible. Yeah.
It's not easy, but you have to be intentional and you have to be disciplined
I
about
see that.
it.
Yeah. I mean, everything really takes discipline. And with discipline, you can clearly, see the results. But thank you so much for coming. That was such an amazing conversation that we had today. And it goes to say, really, it's beyond what you're eating. It's your habit. It's your environment. It's your levels of stress. How are you managing your stress? So don't just focus on one area of a healthy plate, because tuliambiwa protein, carbohydrate, vitamins, and snacking in between. It's all these other things that influences who we are as people, and also the decisions that we make as far as our health is concerned. Thank you, Vidanya, for coming by today. Vidanya Baraza, who is Managing Director, Top Image Africa, and CEO and founder, Better Living. Okay. Also, Betty Okere, okay, who is a registered clinical nutritionist and diabetes educator, and Dr. Richard Saningo, a naturopath. Thank you so much for coming by today. Amazing conversation we had. Well, you know better, so do better. Okay. We will see you tomorrow on Trendy Thursday, but until then, God bless and stay safe. Goodbye.